Today in our weekly chat, we're talking about 5 ways to help improve your flexibility. So I'm not going to be giving too much away today because I am going to be teaching a lot of this next week in my free flexibility training. So if you haven't signed up to that, then please do so. In fact, I'm going to drop the link in the description now. This is a 5 free-day training to gain flexibility faster. So if you guys don't know my story, I'll just quickly go over that. I have been extremely inflexible my whole life, and it took me ages to learn how to gain flexibility from a perspective of a really stiff person. I used to go onto YouTube and type in, gain flexibility, and it used to come up with these people who were already like doing the splits and doing deep back bends, and I couldn't even do the poses that they were telling me to start off doing. So that kind of got me inspired to do flexibility training my way, which is to help more inflexible and beginners. Okay, so I'm just going to drop the link in there. If you haven't signed up to that free training yet, then please do so. I'm hoping my screen hasn't paused because it looks paused on mine. Have I froze or no? Am I still good? Oh, okay, perfect, amazing. Okay, so 5 ways to improve your flexibility. Now there are loads and loads of different ways, but these are the 5 main ways that has helped me and has helped my students. So we're just going to go straight into it. The first way to help improve your flexibility is through dynamic stretching. Okay, so dynamic stretching is basically kind of controlled movements. It's that gently take your muscles through, sorry, my God, my words today, I'm like, tongue-tied. Okay, dynamic movement is where we move the body, right? We're taking it through that full range of motion. We're constantly in motion. We're letting the blood flow. We're getting things moving. If you imagine doing this, right? This is dynamic movement. Okay, so constantly moving. Now, what happens when you constantly move is you sometimes push past your edge, right? You go a little bit longer or a little bit more of a stretch than you normally would if you were just holding the pose. So adding in that dynamic stretching is really, really great to take it slightly past what you're comfortable in, but in a controlled way. You're not like, full on going for it and really stretching that muscle and doing damage, but you're just getting that active movement in there. Now, as your muscles move, it starts creating synovial fluid in your body. Now, this helps to lubricate your joints and your muscles and everything else in between, and this also helps to control your body better. This helps your body to function better, to move better. So doing the dynamic stretching is mega, mega important. This is why I love teaching vinyasa yoga, because vinyasa yoga is more of a one pose per breath. So as you're going through the flow, you're constantly moving, you're keeping that energy up, you're keeping that synovial fluid going through your joints, and it's helping to protect your body. Okay, so dynamic stretching is the first way to majorly increase your flexibility. The second way is the complete opposite. This is to practice active stretching. Sorry, not the complete opposite, but similar, active stretching. So active stretching involves actively engaging the muscles opposite to the ones you're stretching. So for example, I'll just do an example with my arm again, okay? If you are stretching your inner arm muscle, you should be contracting the back muscle, okay? So if you're pulling it in, again, same thing. You're stretching the outer muscle, you're tensing the inner muscle, okay? So they work, the opposite muscles are working together. Okay, if there wasn't enough strength in the inner muscle here, it wouldn't allow you to stretch the outer muscle as much. Okay, so you can see this in every single pose you do. So if you're doing a forward fold, for example, and you're stretching your hamstrings, you're going to be tensing and contracting your quad muscles. So it's really, really important to add this kind of active stretching into your routine, not only to help the flexibility, but to also help the strength of the opposite muscle to keep your body safe. Okay, this one is very, very important for keeping your body safe. This technique helps to relax and lengthen the targeted muscle and enhances your range of motion. But remember, as you do these, to take really deep breaths, because as I said, you're stretching one, contracting the other. There's a lot going on in your body. Make sure that you're breathing so your body can relax and fully focus on what it's doing. So this one is also great for if you are practicing something like, say, the splits, and you get into your splits pose. You don't just want to be relaxed and dumping your weight into your hips to open them. We want to add some kind of strength there as well to keep the body safe. So when you're in, say, the splits, and this can be in any single pose, when you're in your splits, you can relax, but then tense and bring everything together. Use your muscles to tense everything back up, and then relax again, and then tense and relax. And this is really going to help to keep your body safe, but it's also going to help you to gain flexibility, okay? Because we need the strength to help the muscles lengthen. So that one is a great little tip for you there. The next one is, sorry, 2 seconds. My notes have completely disappeared. Is passive stretching. So passive stretching is completely relaxing. Okay, so the complete opposite to what we've just said. Okay, we've had movement, we've had tensing. Now we are doing passive stretching, which is relaxing. Okay, so this is stuff like yin yoga. If you haven't done yin yoga, that's another one that I love to teach. And it's where you hold the poses for around between 2 to 7 minutes. I tend to hold them for 5 minutes, and you completely relax in the pose. You're still feeling a stretch, but your body is releasing as much as it can. So what happens is it's slowly lengthening. Okay, if you imagine my hands are muscles right now, lengthening. Now what happens if, say, you pull it too fast? Break, right? If you can do it slowly and it's got the strength in there, right? It's going to help to protect it, and it's going to lengthen without snapping. Okay, so we always want to be doing it nice and slow to start with. Now, with tip number 1, which is the dynamic movement, that movement is great because you are getting ever so slightly past your edge. Okay, so it's kind of like as if you're doing this, all right? If we just imagine this with my hands again, okay? Rather than going yank, you're just doing it gently, right? Number 2, you're lengthening, tensing, back up, lengthening, tensing, and every time you lengthen, you can get a little bit further. Passive, you're just slowly lengthening, okay? So you can see already that there's so many different ways to actually move your body to gain flexibility. So the 4th thing, that's basically the 3 kind of stretches that I wanted to go over today, but the 4th thing is to gradually, and I say gradually, increase the duration and the intensity. So there's no point in repeating the same pose but not getting any further, okay? Just doing the same thing day in, day out. You do need to push your body to actually gain flexibility. So you will need to gradually maybe increase the time or increase the intensity, okay? So maybe get a tiny bit deeper and hold it for the same amount of time, or stay wherever you feel comfortable and increase the time that you're there. See if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, then increase the intensity. Okay, because we do have to push ourselves to actually see a bit of difference, okay? And this doesn't just go with your yoga practice as well. This goes in life as well, right? You've got to push yourself to see a little bit of a difference. If you stay stuck in your comfort zone, nothing is going to change. So the 5th thing is to prioritize stretching in the right time. So say you do workouts, make sure you stretch after your workout, okay? Because your body's already warmed up. If you go jogging, stretch afterwards, okay? If you do anything like that, prioritize stretching afterwards so that your body's already warmed up and it's a little bit looser already for you to start working on the flexibility, because that is, again, is going to majorly increase your flexibility. So doing other exercises is a really great thing. Now, I'm not saying, you know, if you want to gain flexibility, you have to go work out and go for a jog and stretch and do all these things. You don't. But try to do a little bit of general exercise, even if that is just, this could just be, right, one song, put on one song and dance around your house, okay? Maybe it's even, you've just cleaned your house, okay? I don't know about you guys, but when I'm blitzing the house, I put up a bit of a sweat. So maybe do it after that, okay? But just going straight away from waking up to doing yoga is great. It's great for your body and it's great to add a little bit of movement. but you're going to see more flexibility benefits after your body is already warmed up. Okay, so that's the 5 things today. Just as a quick reminder, just go over that again. So the first one is dynamic stretching, a little bit of movement. The next one is active stretching, so stretching and then tensing, and stretching and tensing. The next one is completely passive, so just relaxing into the pose. Then it's increasing your duration or your intensity, and then it's doing it after some kind of physical activity. Okay, so these 5 things, if you do these, you are going to see major improvement in your flexibility. Okay, so that's all for our weekly talk today. If you would like to gain flexibility, then come and join my free 5-day training. It's starting next week. I know most of you in the group are already signed up to that, so well done. I am so looking forward to seeing your photos, your before and after photos. You've obviously already seen the results from our past students, and they are absolutely amazing. And some of those were taken on day 1 or day 3 as well, not even day 5. So I am like mega proud of that. And yeah, come and sign up if you want to gain flexibility and get closer to your toes. And I'll see you on Monday at 6 a.m. as we start. Replays are going to be available, so please don't worry if you're not up and ready to start doing yoga at 6 a.m. The replays will be available, so just fit them in whenever you can, but make sure that you show up, make sure you do the work, because that is how you see results. And we are going to have a winner at the end of the challenge. So come and sign up, you could win some amazing prizes.